オンライン大学留学フェア2021秋にご参加いただきまして、本当にありがとうございます。世界を舞台に夢への第一歩と題しまして、5週間にわたりですね、合計48校の大学をお招きして、たくさんの大学情報をお届けしてまいります。皆さんぜひですね、留学の情報収集の参考にしていただければと思いますので、有効活用ください。で、本日は第5週目ということで、マレーシアの大学特集で、このお時間はですね、アジアパシフィックユニバーシティからコリンさんをお招きして、大学のセッションとなります。で、APU のお話に行く前にですね、まずは当協会についてお話をさせてください。海外留学推進協会ですね、主に3つの活動を通じて皆様の留学を支援している非営利団体ということになります。1つ目は無料の留学相談、留学カウンセリングですね。で、2つ目、今日のようなフェア、説明会、セミナーなどを定期的に開催して、多くの皆様に情報を発信していっております。で、3つ目、留学の手続きですね。当協会の提携校であれば、無料で皆さんの留学のお手続きをサポートさせていただいております。で、その他にもですね、日本の多くの高校、大学にて説明会や講演を行うなどですね、留学の促進に努めております。これからもっとグローバル化が進んでいく中で、多くの皆さんが留学を経験して、グローバルマインドを持って、広い視野でこれからの日本を支えていってほしいという思いで、日々皆様の留学をサポートさせていただいております。で、マレーシア留学に関してはですね、当協会では他の留学エージェントさんや留学斡旋業者さんと違い、留学のお手続き、サポートを無料で受けたまわっております。こちらによって毎年多くの学生さんをサポートさせていただいておりますが、当協会はARC という認証を受ける日本唯一の団体で、各大学から大きな信頼を得て契約に至っております。これによりですね、大学からサポート費用をいただくことで、皆様からは費用をいただくことなく、無料でサポートをさせていただくことが可能になっているということになります。で、東京会の提携大学ですね、もうすぐアメリカを含めて400校近くとなりますので、多くある大学の中から、皆様のご希望に合った大学を選んでいただけるのではないかなというふうに思っております。はい。では、東京会のご案内はこのくらいにして早速 APU 大学についてお話しいただこうと思うのですが、セッション中ですね、質問が出てきた場合は、このウェビナーの Q&A 機能を使ってですね、どんどんご質問をお寄せいただければと思います。で、せっかくマレーシアの現地からスタッフをお呼びしておりますので、英語で質問チャレンジできる人は、ぜひチャレンジしてみてください。はい。では、早速大学のセッションに行きたいと思います。Hi, Colin. Are you ready for the presentation?
Yes. Thank you very much.
Could you please start?
Yep. Hello, everyone. Very good afternoon from Malaysia, from APU. My name is Colin. Right. Okay. So, hello from APU Malaysia and konnichiwa. And I'm not sure any of you have come to Malaysia before yet. This is our flag, national flag, which is called Malaysia. And we are located in the capital of Malaysia, which is Kuala Lumpur, and our campus is located in here, right? And of course, Malaysia, what are we famous for? Basically, we are very famous for our islands. If you're studying in Malaysia or in the APU, basically you can get to explore a lot of islands of Malaysia, and a lot of places under the UNESCO World Heritage Site, as well as a lot of sightseeing places you can go to explore. If you are studying in Malaysia, like we are very famous for the Twin Tower, or the Indian temple, the Malay mosque, or even the Chinese temple, right? And let me brief you about the our education group. Basically, you might heard about APU before, and or your friends studying APU Malaysia. Basically, under our education group, we do have our university, which is Asia Pacific University of Technology Innovation. And also we have our college, which is also called APIT, Asia Pacific Institute of IT. And of course, in overseas, we have our campus, and we also have our own language center in Malaysia. A very quick overview about APU is that basically we established since 1993 as APIT and initiated by the Malaysian government. Yeah, and until today, we have actually more than 50,000 graduates since 1994. We are also a member of the Association of Commonwealth University ACU. And in overseas, we do have our campus in Sri Lanka and also India. And of course, for APU, we are very famous for technology program. And of course, besides technology, we do offer engineering, business, finance, and also the design program. Yeah. And here is about the unit, or we so-called the feeders of APU, and putting in Japanese language for you to have an easier understanding. And first of all, we are actually 5-star excellent rating by the Ministry of Higher Education, Malaysia, as a 5-star university. And also under the QS star rating, we have a 5-star rating in 5 categories, which is the employability, facilities, the teaching quality, and also the online learning, which is very important during the pandemic. And last but not least, we have the inclusiveness, which overall rated 5-star QS star rating. And of course, we are rated #1 in the whole Asia for the international student number. And also we are #1 for the inbound exchange and top 50 school for the international faculty. And overall, we are rated top 350 university in Asia under the QS. Yeah. And of course, since APU, we are very famous for the technology. We are also one of the premier digital tech university in Malaysia, as awarded by Malaysia Digital Economic Corporation, MFED. And of course, we have actually have 12,000 students from 130 countries. We are the #1 internationalized university in Malaysia, and also rated in the whole Asia and Malaysia for a very multicultural experience. What does it mean? Because, for example, if you're studying APU Malaysia, your classmate will not only be Malaysian or Japanese. They have been, like, for example, from Pakistan, from Bangladesh, from Indonesia, China, Korea, even from Singapore, from Macedonia, from Brazil, from Bolivia. They are all learning in APU Malaysia. We should have a very multicultural environment if you are studying in APU Malaysia. And very important is that based on the statistic from the Ministry of Education Malaysia, APU students, we have 100% employability after graduation, right? And this is the one that I talked about just now, which is under the QS World University ranking under Asia category. APU, we are actually now the top 10 Malaysian private university in Malaysia. And the below one, because I already mentioned just now. And actually, we have 2 campuses. On the left is the APU campus, and on the right is the APEC and APLC campus. So what's the difference between these two is that if, let's say, you are studying for the IT, or even the computer science program, or engineering, and business management, marketing management, tourism, human resource, or accounting, finance, actuarial science, and if you are studying like international relation or psychology program, all these programs, your location will be in the APU campus, which is on the left. However, if let's say you are studying like digital advertising, animation, visual effects, or even industrial design, as well as the English language study, this will be on the right, this campus. Yeah. So our location is in the Technology Park Malaysia, which is in Bukit Jalil in Kuala Lumpur, which is capital of Malaysia. If you have been to Malaysia before, you came to Malaysia before, and you know where is the Twin Tower location, right? We're actually about 18 minutes from the Twin Tower by car. So it's actually quite near. We are still in the capital, the center of Kuala Lumpur. And we are also very near to the National Sport Complex of Malaysia, and also a lot of train station nearby us, right? So it's very easy for you to get through from the campus to anywhere else in Malaysia, all right? And here are some of the photos of our APU campus. Just have a look. And here's the entrance of the campus. And here's our surrounding area, our center point, and also the atrium. On the right side, on the below the photo, you will see a lot of flags on there because we have actually 12,000 students from over 130 countries. So each country, their flag will be put at our atrium at the center point, right? And this is our auditorium. For example, if let's say you are studying in university, basically your classes will be in classroom as well as in the auditorium. So currently we have a lot of different designs of the auditorium. And here's the classroom. So you will see that for those big group, they will be in the auditorium. And when you move to the tutorial for the discussion, they will become this kind of classroom, about 20, 30 students in a class, right? And here is our library for you to do a self-learning, or even you have a discussion with your group mates, like 3 people or 4 people in the group. And here's the engineering lab. If let's say you are studying engineering program, this is a different lab. Let's say, for example, robotics, electrical, electronics, or even petroleum engineering. And this is the only university, the first and the only university in Malaysia, which is APU. We have this kind of cybersecurity talent zone, which is so-called cyber center as well. So basically, if you are learning like cybersecurity, you're learning like digital forensic, system security, cloud computing, you will get a chance to use these kind of facilities. And we are the only university in Malaysia to have this cybersecurity talent zone, right? And of course, if you are interested in multimedia technology, and a lot of people are looking like, for example, nowadays we have this VR, AR program, virtual reality, and also augmented reality. Basically, we have this kind of extended or mixed reality studio. You'll get to learn all these kind of Microsoft HoloLens whereby for your learning under the multimedia tab. We are also the only university in Malaysia to have this SR studio. And of course, if you guys here are looking for postgraduate study for master and PhD, we have a special block only for the PhD or master student to access, for example. Yeah. And of course, beside the classroom, auditorium, the computer lab, or even the library, you need your foods to be done on the campus, right? So basically, we have our own cafeteria. You can access to a lot of local Malaysian like Chinese food, Indian or Malay food, even the Western food. It's all available at our cafeteria. And of course, we have our own convenience store. And for international students, I think ATM machine is very important for you. And also our campus have ATM machine for you. And during the pandemic, I believe health support service is very, very important. And in APU, we actually have our own clinics. So basically, if let's say you are not feeling well or you need to see a doctor, you don't need to go outside or to go to any hospital. Basically, in our campus, we have our own doctor and also our nurse, which can provide a health support service to all of you if you have any requirement, right? Even for international students, if you come to Malaysia, basically, you need to do a medical check, right? So basically, you can do your medical check at APU clinic. And of course, after your class, you might need some space for you to do a sport, relax, right? So basically, we have gym for you, and even you play basketball, you play volleyball, you play futsal. We have all these kind of sport facilities for our students to use. And shuttle lunch, if you remember, which I mentioned just now, is that our campus is very near to the train station. So basically, we have a free shuttle service for our students to access to the LRT train station, which you can go there or coming back to the campus with APU bus. And this is our EPIT and APRC campus. So basically, if let's say you are doing the design program or you are doing the English language study, you will be allocated in this campus, right? They have their own cafeteria, their IT room, their study room, even their library. So this is individual campus on here. So if let's say you are interested in animation and also visual effects, this is a studio for you. And design and drawing studio for industrial design. You can design a transport, a furniture, or even a product. It's up to you. And design workshop, which will match the furniture, you match the transport like car or even truck. Ranging studio for visual effects. And this is the classroom, which is very unique and it's different from APU classroom, is that this is individual table, which is enhancing your learning of the English. Let's say, for example, listening, speaking, reading, and writing. So this is the APLC classroom. So if you do not have IELTS or TOEFL, but you want to learn English first in Malaysia, no problem. We do have our English program, and you'll be allocated in this kind of classroom for enhancing your English skill. Yeah. And let's watch a video about APU. right, let's give you an idea on how's your campus life going to be if let's say you are studying with APU Malaysia. And let's talk about our programs that we are offering. So as I mentioned earlier just now, APU, we are very focused on technology program, right? So basically, we are very focused on this kind of digital transformation for the Industrial Revolution 4.0, especially during the pandemic. Everyone stay at home and we have to access a lot of technology in our daily life, right? So first of all, we have this kind of computing and also technology, multimedia and computer games development program. I think some of you might know about information technology, which is so-called IT. So basically, we have a lot of IT programs with different specialism, which so-called different major. For example, we have like information system security, cloud computing, network computing, digital transformation, financial technology, mobile technology, Internet of Things, and also business information system. Each of them is an individual program. So basically, if let's say, for example, you are interested in business information system. So you are doing a Bachelor of Science in Information Technology with a major with a specialism in business information system. And of course, besides the IT, we also have software engineering, computer science, and also computer science specialized in data analytics, specialized in digital forensic, and also we have Bachelor of Computer Science in Intelligence System, which in other words we support AI, artificial intelligence system. And we have also computer science in cybersecurity and computer games development, and also the multimedia and multimedia specialized in AR and VR program. So all the program here is actually 3 years duration for your study. So it's not like in Japan it's 4 years, but in Malaysia it's a 3 years degree program whereby if let's say you are doing IT or software engineering or computer science or even computer games development, all the programs here is 3 years duration. Yeah. And secondly, and of course, since we are very famous for our IT program, basically we have a lot of industrial partners which will review our program from time to time. Yeah, as you might know here, maybe you know about QT, Microsoft, IBM, Cisco, SaaS, Amazon Web Service, and also Salesforce, even FusionX. So this is all our industrial partners for all the programs here, like IT or even software engineering, computer science. They will review the program to make sure that it's up to industrial standard. So that's the reason why our graduate has a very high employability rate, because by the time they graduate, they will be able to perform the job based on the knowledge they have learned. Yeah. And besides the IT program, secondly, we have this kind of management, which is called business management, and also business management specialized in e-business or digital leadership, and which is very popular for Japanese is international business management, IBM. And also we have marketing management specialized in digital marketing, human resource management, and also tourism management. As you feel, all the program here is 3 years duration, and all the programs we are here is actually accredited by CMI, Chartered Management Institute from UK. So as long as you complete the degree with APU, you will get an additional chance to get a certificate from CMI if let's say you are doing either program from here. Yeah. And thirdly, we have this kind of program which is so-called Bachelor of Arts in Media and Communication Study. If you're looking for mass communication plus social media, this is a program that's right for you. And secondly, we have Bachelor of Science in Psychology, if you're interested in psychology program. And third one, we have International Relations program. And this is a very popular program for Japanese in APU. Basically, we are learning like key element of the international program. You will learn theories and ideologies, you will learn international security, you will learn about global diplomacy, you will learn about political economy, you will learn environmental politics and sustainability, and last but not least, you will learn about world politics. So this is the program that we have in APU, which is so called International Relations. Yeah. And of course, if you are good in mathematics, you want to become an accountant, you want to become the banker, the banks, basically we have this kind of accounting and finance program. And also with different specialisms, for example, we have forensic accounting, taxation, internal audit, and even forensic investment. And if you're not interested in accounting, but you're interested in banking or even for finance, we have Bachelor of Banking and Finance with different specialism in investment and risk management. And also there's popular one, which is the financial technology, fintech. Maybe 5 or 10 years later, we are not going to use cash anymore, right? Maybe we can use those e-wallet, we can use those digital currency. So fintech, which is called financial technology, is a very trending program which you can look into it, right? And also we have actual science program as well. Yeah. And this is the engineering program, which let's say you are very good in physics and also mathematics. You want to become an engineer. So basically we have these 5 engineering program, which is electronics engineering, and also we have telecommunication engineering, mechatronics engineering, computer engineering, and also petroleum engineering. And very important is that all the engineering programs in APU is actually accredited by Board of Engineering Malaysia, and we get a reward recognition under the Washington Accord. So what does it mean? Basically, if let's say you are doing your degree in engineering with APU Malaysia, after your graduation, you can work in either country which is under the Washington Accord. For example, you can work in Australia, Canada, Hong Kong, Ireland, India, of course, Japan, even Korea. You want to work in Malaysia, even UK, US, not a problem because we recognize each other engineering degree as long as under the Washington Accord. Yeah. And lastly, we have the design program. If let's say you are a person with creative ideas and you do not like exam, basically there's no exam in the design program. It's 100% based on coursework. Yeah. And we have industrial design program, and we have visual effects, we have animation, and also we have the digital advertising. So all the programs here is 3 years as well, except for engineering, which is a 4 years duration. So of course, if let's say you have completed your bachelor degree and now you are looking for a master degree, we also have a lot of different kind of master program available here for you. And if you're interested, you can always feel free to contact us. Yeah. And all the programs here we have mentioned just now, from the first one until this one, you will see a logo, which is the red color one, the dual degree. What does it mean? Basically, actually, we have a partner in quality in UK, we so-called De Montfort University from UK Leicester. And actually, if you are doing your 3 years or your 4 years degree program with APU Malaysia, you will have the chance to get an APU DMU dual degree program. What does it mean? Basically, this means that you study your 3 years and 4 years entirely in Malaysia in APU, and you are not required to go UK. No need to go UK. But at the point when you graduate, you will be awarded by both universities, right? You will get 2 transcripts and you will get 2 certificates. One from APU Malaysia and another one is from DMU UK. So it's giving you a double your advantage at the same program, right? It's so-called our partner in quality from UK, all right? So it's the same quality if you're studying APU Malaysia or in the UK. And of course, we have our PhD program, Doctor of Business Administration, and also a Doctor of Philosophy program available. And of course, we have a foundation program in different areas if let's say you're interested to do the foundation. So how's the pathway going to be? Basically, for a 12th grade student, if you are a Japanese high school student and you are in 3rd year in the final year high school, basically for Japanese high school student, you are actually qualified to join for degree level 1 in Malaysia directly, right? So basically, if let's say you are doing like, for example, IT computing, you are doing business management, you are doing psychology, you are doing international relations, you are doing design, all this duration is 3 years. So after 3 years, you can graduate and go for your employment. But if let's say you are not interested to do the degree directly, but you want to do a degree foundation for extra 1 year, it's possible. After your high school, you can go for the degree foundation for 1 year, then only you progress to the degree in, let's say, in IT or even in design for another 3 years. So that's to be in total of 4 years duration before you graduate, right? But if let's say you are doing engineering, it'll be extra 1 year because engineering duration will be 4 years degree. Then only you graduate and go for employment. If let's say you're doing foundation, then engineering degree, in total is 5 years, right? And we keep emphasizing that our employability is very high because in APU, we also have our own digital career center. It's a platform to connect those employers from outside. It can be a local Malaysian company, can be international company for different country as well, and for the higher employment opportunity. They used to expose our student profile and send the job information to our students. If let's say you're interested, you can apply by yourself and go for an interview and get a job offer, right? And here are some of the example companies that currently have our students doing internship with them or even doing the full-time job after they graduate. So we have actually more than 2,000 companies currently under our collaboration career center. And here are some of the examples, right? Of course, I can't put all the companies here because it would be many pages, right? So here are some of the examples that our student is working with them now. And before the pandemic, we actually have this kind of career fair. We invite all these companies to come to APU campus. You can submit your resume, you can submit your CV, and get a job offer, or even get an opportunity for interview. And it's up to your decision, right? And of course, because of pandemic, we are doing the online recruitment. And hopefully next year, once things back to normal, we can have this kind of event back in campus. Yeah. And of course, we have bringing students to go for the industrial visit, which you different programs, you go for different companies. And we produce a very highly employable graduates. And a lot of awards we have won by our students, like for example, Global AI Champion, Design Champion, James Dyson. So every year we send our students for competition and get a very good result. Yeah. And if you are a new student, when you come to Malaysia, you might need some help. So don't worry, we have our APU student welcome team. They are your senior in APU and they will guide you accordingly. So basically, every time, like for example, you have a new student arrive in Malaysia, in the APU campus, we will have this kind of senior student to bring you around the campus and help you to check into your dormitory, right? So don't worry about that. And of course, we have a lot of club and society in APU campus. You get a chance to learn the Chinese language, you get a chance to learn the Korean language, depends on the club that you are doing. We have music club, photography club, badminton, futsal, we have the taekwondo, the chess club. It's up to you to decide you want to join one club or up to no maximum limit, right? And of course, we have our own APU Japanese community, right? Because we have a lot of Japanese students currently studying APU, and they do have organizing some events to share the Japanese culture to the other students in APU Malaysia, right? So here are some of our existing Japanese students that you might know, or they are your senior in your high school, so they are now studying with APU. And of course, our biggest event of the year is the Multicultural Night. So this event is in evening, and basically you will get to explore a lot of culture from different nationalities. Because APU, we are we are the largest university with the largest international community. We should get the student, you get a classmate from Kazakhstan, from India, from Maldives, from Mauritius, Indonesia, China, or even from Madagascar, Zimbabwe, Egypt, Seychelles, and also from a lot of different countries they can to explore. And this is very hard to see in other universities in Malaysia because they have a high ratio of Malaysian students, but low ratio of international students. But in APU, we are actually about 50% of local Malaysian students and another 50% of international students from 130 over countries. And of course, we have a lot of festive celebration throughout the year in different months and different weeks. A lot of events going on like Deepavali or Malay, even the National Day. And so you can see on the top left, the photo, right, is actually a local Malaysian student and also international student. They get a chance to exchange their language with the Japanese student back to 3 years ago. And a lot of events going on every week or even every year. And as I say, hopefully next year we can back to normal. A lot of events are coming back soon. And of course, very important for you is the dormitory, which is called accommodation. So basically, we have this kind of on-campus accommodation. It's mostly a single room for you. You can stay alone in the room. And all the room is actually attached with the bathroom and the toilet. And outside the room, actually, you can get access to the pantry. You can cook by yourself. There's a fridge, microwave, and there's a dining table, and also the kettle for you to put the hot water, boiling water. And downstairs, there's a study lounge or even the washing machine and dryer for you. So it's a very convenient room if, let's say, you are staying at the on-campus accommodation. And there's another option for you, which is the off-campus accommodation. It's about 10 minutes from the campus, and APU bus will send you going and back. And there's like this twin sharing room, 2 persons in a room, and you have the room beside the room. You have the living room, the kitchen, the balcony. It's entire like 6 persons in a room, stay in the house. And there's a swimming pool and also the gym at the lobby, right? So this is how the off-campus accommodation looks like. So you can choose you want to stay on campus or the off campus, is up to you. So study with us. We welcome you to APU campus, and let's watch another video.
We need each other.
We enrich each other.
But in a world
Plagued by fear and isolation.
how can we move ahead? Can we be safe?
At APU, we are a family of 12,000. Everyone is precious.
With this in mind, we took early action.
Technology is used to create a secure campus.
Cleanliness is both a discipline and virtue on campus.
Always ensuring best practices throughout campus.
We are always prepared and ready to act.
Hygiene is our priority.
Malaysia has an excellent track record in managing the COVID-19 situation. Our frontliners have done a fantastic job. And with that, we had spared no expense in also ensuring everyone at APU is safe.
These are challenging times, but fear not.
We are here to keep everyone safe.
APU, a step forward to a brighter tomorrow.
So let's stay safe and hope to see you soon in APU Malaysia. And let's share with you about the intake dates and also the fees, estimate fees for next year, 2022. Basically, if let's say you are looking for foundation or even you're looking for bachelor degree intakes, we usually have an intake in February, April, June, September, and also November, right? And if you're looking for a program under the postgraduate, like master program, basically we have 3 intakes in a year, which is the April, August, and also December. All right, so here's the intake date for your reference. And basically, usually for Japanese students, we are looking at the September intake for foundation or even for the bachelor degree. Okay, and our fees for a bachelor degree, the fee you're seeing here is 3 years to 4 years, depending on the program, right? So it's not only for 1 year, and here's a fee for 3 years, and you will see the fees for the postgraduate program for master degree is about for 1 year. Okay, and studying in Malaysia is very cheap in terms of your living expenses. The fees you're seeing here, 50K to 60K Japanese yen, is about including your accommodation, your dormitory, and also your food expenses in a month. So that's the benefit of studying in Malaysia, and you will get the same quality certificate from UK as well, right? And just to share with you, the top 5 popular major for Japanese students in APU, basically international relation, number 1, and also we have computer science and IT, information technology, and also number 3 we have business management program, and also marketing management. Number 4 we have design program, digital advertising or even animation, and number 5 we have engineering. So these are the top 5 popular major among the Japanese students in APU. And of course, currently we have more than 100 Japanese students studying APU Malaysia, and with full-time program. And let's summarize out what's the reason what's the unique of studying APU Malaysia. First of all, as I mentioned just now, Japanese high school can join bachelor degree without the foundation if your high school result is 3 out of 5 average and above. Yeah, and it's different from Japanese university. You have to do an entrance exam, right? But if let's say you are studying with APU Malaysia, you are not required to do any entrance test or any interview. There's no requirement of that. We just need to refer to your high school transcript for the entry eligibility. Yeah, and of course, tuition fee is very cheaper compared to USA, Canada, UK, Australia, or even New Zealand, right? And very affordable living expenses is about USD 400 to 600 per month to live in Malaysia, all right? And as I mentioned just now, we have the APU DMU dual degree program, which means upon graduation, you will get the certificate from DMU UK and also APU Malaysia from both universities, right? And the largest, opportunity to study in APU is that you have the international student exposure from more than 130 countries, which you can't get from other university because we're the largest community in Malaysia for the multicultural learning experience, all right? And of course, our English requirement, let's say for example, IELTS, is actually much more, a bit lower compared to those Australia university because we only require IELTS 5.0 to 6.5 for bachelor degree program, for master program, and depends on the program that you are journeying for, all right? And last but not least, we are very near to Tokyo, we are very near to Osaka, we are very near to Sapporo. We have direct flights from Japan to Kuala Lumpur by Japan Airlines, from AirAsia, even from Malaysia Airlines, right? So study with us, and thank you. Welcome to APU, and see you soon.
Thank you, Corinne, for the presentation.
Welcome.
はい。皆さんいかがでしたでしょうか？ APU 大学のプレゼンですね。ところどころ日本語で、字幕のようなものをつけてくれていたので分かりやすかったのではないかなと思いますが、マレーシアの中でも、例えば IT とビジネスにすごく強みの持つ大学で、おそらく IT といえば、APU が一番最初の選択肢に来てもおかしくないのではないかなというような大学です。サイバーセキュリティはじめ、他の大学よりも IT 関連の科目の設定がですね、すごく多いですので、皆さんの学びたい分野を網羅して、かつ深く学ぶことができるという意味では、APU のこの科目数の充実度っていうのは非常に魅力的になるのかなと思います。で、プレゼンの冒頭でもお話ししていたんですけれども、e ビジネスという科目に始まるような、ビジネスと IT を掛け合わせたような勉強の科目ですね。これからというかもう私たちが今、ビジネスを考える上でおそらく IT とかパソコンを導入してビジネスを考えるというのは今すぐそこに来ている将来ですので、ビジネスと IT を切り離してではなくて一緒に勉強していくことで、就職に対して即戦力になるような学びができるのも APU なのかなというふうに思います。で、コリンさんなんとかハイライトしてくれてたんですけれども、APU って実はアジアで一番留学生の多いキャンパスって言われていて、50% がローカルの学生さん、50% がインターナショナルの学生さんということで、留学生の割合が半数以上いる大学っておそらくほぼないんですよね。で、マルチカルチュラルナイトみたいなのあったと思うんですけれども、いろんな国籍の人が、いろんなバックグラウンドを持った人が一緒に学ぶということで、授業中の中でもどんどんね、そういう考え方もあるのか、そういう価値観もあるのかっていうのもそうですし、友好関係もどんどん世界中に広がっていくというところで、留学の醍醐味を、ダイレクトに感じることができるキャンパスなのかなというふうに思っております。で、就職にも非常に強い大学で、学士課程の中で必ず4ヶ月以上は皆さんインターンをしないといけないんですね。これはどこの学部学科に行った学生でもそうなんです。で、一度就職というものを経験してみることで、そこから自分の就職活動に関する軸であったりとか、どういう企業を見ていこうかっていう意識がすごく高くなる大学でもあるので、就職の武器として大学を選んでいこうという方に関してはすごくおすすめの大学になってくるかなというところです。